just do this. Greetings, denizens of the internet. Since the arena client is down right now, I'm going to be doing a Hatelist video on Grand Arbiter Augustin the 4th? Yeah, 4th. He is a 2/3 legendary creature, human advisor, white, blue spells you cast cost 1 less, spells your opponents cast cost 1 more. Tax commander, plain and simple, annoying as fuck. When you are playing against this card, please, for the love of God, just remove it. Believe me, the cumulative amount of taxes you will be paying if you do not will get worse if you don't, okay? As soon as the Grand Arbiter player plays their Bolas's God-Pharaoh statue, that is going to be a guaranteed tax of at least 3 on almost everything you cast, if you don't eliminate both of them. And then they'll just start increasing the taxes. Sphere of Resistance makes everything else cost 1 more. Countermanded by Grand Arbiter in most cases, because their own Grand Arbiter will be reducing their spells back to their normal costs or cheaper through a Sphere of Resistance. You have cards like Winter Orb in this deck, in these kinds of decks, that go, okay, you want to untap your lands? No. Or Smokestacks that goes, okay, you want to have permanents? No. And often these decks will then use the sheer amount of leverage they get from taxing the ever-living shit out of their opponents to basically go and just be like, hey, you want to see a political system as a Magic deck? No? Too bad. You're going to anyway. And your ramp spell now costs 6. Fuck you. Because you have 3 mana. You know? With Grand Arbiter Augustin, the stronger the deck is, the more annoying it gets. Because the more taxes you will be paying the earlier in the match. Like, these are the kind of people that will literally run like every taxing effect they can. These are the people that will, like, if you're seeing a hard stacks Grand Arbiter deck, expect that there will always be a Rhystic Study and there will always be a Smothering Tithe. Because if you don't, you're dumb. And they are almost always running them because they are taxes and they are annoying. Of course, the absolute worst kind of Grand Arbiter decks are the ones that use only taxing counterspells. Now, yeah, there's the broken ones that go and use the free magic. But you see, the thing with taxing counterspells is they punish you for not having enough mana. So, in conjunction with their static spell taxes, they go, okay, so you want to counter my spell, huh? Well, pay an additional 4, and then, if I let you, I'm going to cast this 2 mana spell that is 1 mana because of Grand Arbiter and counter it unless you pay an additional 2 on top of that. And which is almost borderline impossible if you just don't have the mana. And of course, these math frauds basically get to get away with it. And it is utterly frustrating. Like, it is. If a Grand Arbiter deck just does all taxes, it is borderline impossible to get around them. And it is the most frustrating experience in Magic. Besides Atraxa Poison, but, you know, I've already talked about Atraxa on this channel. So, refer to an older video on that. But, yeah. This is Stacks the Commander. Okay? That's really it. Oh, and by the way, fuck you if you're playing Storm. Because for some reason, Grand Arbiter is just really good against those decks for no particular reason.